come to the legends. And why I say the legends, because no matter when I get surprised in the studio when I'm recording Aaliyah or Lucy, I get surprised often, but I was surprised with Peter's last song that he has out now, In Love with My God, because we'd finished 2 songs at the time in the studio, and those 2 songs took a lot out of him, and I know they did because I worked him really hard and he worked really hard as a result of that. But we was about to leave the studio and I said, put something on this, Peter. I want you to do this, but I want you to put a spin on it. And the spin, only Peter and I knows what that is. We won't give away that secret. But Peter put down that vocal and it just kept on going up and up and up and up and up. And for me, that's what makes a singer, because for me that was magic. So, Peter, I know you don't need to be prompted. You can tell your own story.
Well, I started in this business at 15 as a musician. I played with a local band called Experts, where I played guitar and drums. My father taught me to play guitar when I was about 8, when my fingers were big enough to play his guitar. But I was never a singer. I never thought I could sing. I had a loud voice. I never sang at school, I never sang at church, I never sang in the choir. My first experience of singing was on a sound system when I was about 18. And then when I met Grantley, and that night he told you about we sang on his sound, it sort of went from there. Then I realised there was some sort of voice in here, there was something. And it sort of went from there really, really quickly. And I always say I know, I'm not sure what Sandra will say, but for me, I know I was spoilt in this industry. And that's why I always emphasize for the younger people, especially those we're working with, to make sure you get your education, because this music business, it's not pretty, it does have a lot of downfalls and it can be quite disappointing at times. But you have to get your education and then you can pursue your dreams, knowing you can fall back on the education that you have. But for me, as I said, I was spoiled. I love music and I've been fortunate enough to keep my voice all this time. And as Grantley says earlier, to me, it gets deeper, but it continues to improve. So, and it's fun now. It is fun to be able to produce the stuff that we like and people appreciate it. True?
Yeah. Sandra, I'll come to you because you're probably the person that I wanted to work with a long time ago, but never really got an opportunity to do it. But now we're doing it to kind of finish the job or to start the job, whichever you see, however way you see it. But I'll also, because you're a legend now, I'd like you to tell your story. How did, from that day when I turned up at your house in Brixton, tell us about that.
Gosh. I have to think way back now, way back, trying to remember that day. Remember I was quite young, maybe Aaliyah's age, or maybe a bit older. But yeah, happy-go-lucky, didn't understand the business, carefree, that would describe me in those days. Hard years, so whatever you...
Not a lot's changed.
So, when you came to me, well then obviously I wasn't, in other words, so many words, listening or understanding the business then. So I suppose I had to go through the years of learning to understand and finally learn the art and the techniques and the business. Really. So yeah.
So what do you love? Because I remember when I met you earlier on this year, I think it was about February, March, and you said you wanted to do some stuff. And I gave you this long speech about we need to pull together an idea, a plan. And you said to me a number of things. But at that time, you were not happy. So tell us about what's changed. And how it's changed.
Well, you mean I wasn't happy with... Okay, why was I unhappy? Or what was I unhappy about? I try to remember that now. Was it my career?
Yeah.
I think it was the direction that I was going. It felt like I was getting anywhere. I think that's what it was. Even though I've been there for so long, it still didn't feel like I was moving. It came to like a fork in the road. And you know, there's a saying now, I don't know if you know about the saying when they say, when a sat-nav speaks to you, yeah, you follow the directions, yeah, but when it stops speaking, you still go straight. That means keep going straight. So I think I was on that straight road when Grantley came along. And yeah, I just saw vision and I just saw direction, really.
I think that's all that needs to be said, really. Other than for the both of you, what's in store for the people at the Jazz Cafe on the 18th of October?
Wow. I think you better bring some sunglasses, some masks, some, I don't know, some protection. No, not really, no. Just, it's going to be a great night. Because I think that night is, you're going to see the beginning of the beginning in terms of when it comes to myself and Peter, all of the artists, Lucy and Aaliyah. You're going to be experiencing the beginning of the beginning. And it is quite strong, quite big. It's going to be a great night. You know, it's even hard to explain, to try and describe something that hasn't happened as yet, but it's going to be powerful. So I suppose the only thing you can do is just come to experience it, really. I'm scared of me. I can only say it's going to be great. I'm scared of Peter too. What he's got, you know, up his sleeve, we don't know. We just have to wait and see, isn't it, Peter? Yeah.
How I would put it is that it's what I call the new revolution. You know, we've been in this business a long time, and we've been fortunate enough to still be here doing what we do. Now is the new revolution. We're bringing music back how it should be. Traditional live music. So you need to come to the Jazz Cafe on the 18th of October and witness the new revolution. Trust me.
I think that's it. I think that apart from me, I'd like to thank, you know, the parents of Lucy, Begum Tennyson and Aaliyah, and to thank them, you know, for listening, thank them for trusting, and most of all to thank them for their ability and their talent, because without that there is no records or there is no magic. And to thank Sandra and Peter really for being such an inspiration to them and to me, because, you know, people may think, you know, a lot of people say that I do this and I do a number of things, but really, if the truth be known, they inspire me. They make me work hard. They make me, you know, sometimes not even sleep because I'm thinking of the next thing. So I'd like to thank all of the artists that I've worked with for that. And I'd like to thank you for taking the time out to do this. Thanks, Bobby G. Cheers, man.
Thanks.